All we're doing is just checking into what is here now. That's all we're doing. Just checking into what is here now. Because why would we be interested in something which is not here? If something is not here, then by definition it would mean that it is coming and going. It is only an appearance. So if there is a task to do, it is only to check what is present here. Simple. So in this simplicity, the truth can be found. If there is waiting, if there is a sense that I will find out the now if I go to the next retreat, how can that be? So we must have this. There can be the sense of allowing ourselves to just be here now. And what is experienced by us, undeniably experienced, is the presence of God or consciousness, whatever terminology we want to use. It cannot be denied. If we check what is here now, it cannot be denied that God is found, undeniably. So what is it that we want beyond God? If you're saying that this is not satisfactory for me, either there must be a sense that this cannot be God, or I want something more than God. When we check into what is here now, we find that there's a sense of existence, the sense of presence that I exist. And this is the only presence that you're truly experiencing, your own presence. Of course, it can seem like when you come into the energy field of Satsang, in the human embodiment of masters, you can sometimes it can seem like something gets amplified. You see, but what is really happening is that all the other mental, emotional energies are settling, and you come face to face with your own presence more clearly. You see, so then you can say, "Oh, I feel the master's presence very strong." But this master is your inner Sadguru. It's not that you're experiencing the physical body called Ananta, that presence. It's just that in the energy field of one who has realized the truth, you'll find that your own presence gets amplified. When we say Sadguru or Atma or consciousness or being or I am or God, it's all being used interchangeably here. So I have no trouble with the definition. If you want to call it something else, that's also fine. But what's unmistakable is that I exist. In fact, it is so natural that we miss it. It is so natural that we miss it. So instead of asking, how do I find God? You tell me how you're not finding God right now. Which God is missing from the right now? So you can check like this. In the right now, can I deny the presence of my own being? Can I say I am not here? The mind will say, yes, yes, I am here, but I'm looking for God. This I am itself is the only God you will find. This sense of presence of being is the only God there is. This is consciousness. This is the only consciousness I know and you will know. All other glorious stories which the mind is painting are just distractions. So who can say I am not right now? I don't exist. I sense something. Something is saying I exist, but it doesn't fully make sense yet. Yeah? This can be a trick of the mind. That's why I ask, can you stop being? And the simplicity of the question sometimes camouflages what is revealed in this question. So if you were to ask, can I stop being now? No. How can I stop being? You see? So this being is what? Whose being is it? Whose presence is it? Is it a personal presence? Does it have personal preferences? If inherently it had some personal preferences, then you would not need a thought to have desires and aversions. You would not need thoughts to have likes and dislikes. But can you have a like and dislike without first believing a thought? Or interpreting an emotion?
Yes, body has its own likes and dislikes.
The body has? Yeah, like?
Like some food
Yeah.
feels more tasty, it gets more addicted to, and some
Yes,
feels more.
but good and bad taste is also based on interpretation. Because when it is tasted, it is just what it is. You see, it is the mind that comes and says, never again. I will never eat Karela again because it is an interpretation of the mind. What is just is.
No, it is an expression. Even in animals, they have this likeness towards the, for example, food, some likeness.
It can be that biologically they're driven to certain categories of food. You see? But what I'm talking about is these inferred concepts which are personality oriented. That I'm like this, I don't like this, I like being around happy people, I don't like being around people who are sad. So all these influences can come. So
I
it's
think
an
the body has its own memories and tendencies also,
yeah.
with which it functions, body and mind.
Yes, yes. So the natural functioning is happening the way the natural functioning is happening. But you cannot say that this aversion or this desire exists here. Besides these very spontaneous arisings and fallings, you cannot have these personal sense of liking or disliking something without buying a thought about it. You see? So you can say Ananta doesn't agree with me, so I won't come to Jam Wellington. For example, this thought can come. You see? Unless you buy that thought, then that aversion is not created. Those are the kind of things I'm talking about. The personal, the personality based ones. So to see what exists here, what is present here, without employing any labels, without employing any interpretation. And you might come to the conclusion that the I that I believed myself to be, this one I cannot find. I can only find the presence of this consciousness, this I amness. So the question is there any tangibility to the existence of this person that I believe myself to be? Is there any evidence of this person which is not circumstantial, which is direct? So if we can't find the person, is there something to do to get rid of the person? Although in satsang I also many times might say, but in the truest looking, do we find the ego? And if we don't find the ego, then what must we kill? Kill the ego. What must we kill? Just the idea that there could be an ego here. And to kill an idea is to just not give it belief. That's the only way to kill an idea. There is one more way, but it's more difficult, which is not to give it our attention. And most of the world sadhana is based around not giving attention to thoughts. I find it much simpler just to withdraw belief. Then very naturally, our existence is here. Very spontaneously, very naturally, everything can come and go.